D-backs Rangers. I'm all for it, dude. Meanwhile, Miami Dolphins are off today. They'll be back on the practice field tomorrow. They're getting ready for a big-time Sunday night football matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles. Dolphins right now 5-1, as are the Eagles. No undefeated vengeance that the Dolphins have to put on for 1972. I thought, did you see this Kyle Brandt? This mother bleeper.
What did he do?
Did you see this guy? Do you have that, Marcos? Did you get that?
Get it, dude.
Get this guy this Kyle Brandt. You remember him? What Kyle Brandt said?
What did he say?
J-Fig. Did you hear what this Kyle Brandt said?
No, what did he say now?
I'm going to tell you what this Kyle Brandt said. All right. But first, I'm going to need to call it 305-567-0560. 305-567-0560. Because this guy, you know what he is, Leroy? I'll tell you what he is. He is an A1 Fins hater. That's what this guy is. He's a hater, dude.
Oh, he's a hater.
So he's a bum.
He is an A1 hater. You know, he sits there, and I know you used to do your little show with Josh Allen. I don't know if you still do anymore. And you do your angry runs, you know, like you know, Kyle Brandt likes to he thinks he's tough. But like I was like, what is this guy's deal? What is his deal? Hey, 560, you're on the air. What's your name?
Hey, Tobin, it's Toboggan.
Hey, Toboggan. You want to know what Kyle Brandt said?
Yeah, I want to know.
All right. Hold on, dude. I mean, like this Leroy, like when you hate on one thing, that's one thing, okay? Because you remember he came out and he was like, Dolphins, too cool for school. I don't like the new thing. I like the old thing. I don't like being told what the next wave is, all right? I don't like Google Lens. I don't like any of this fun stuff. I don't like TikTok. I don't like being told what's cool and what's not cool. I was like, all right, fine, whatever, dude. You seem like a bit of a lame, but that's how he rolls, J-Fig. He's gonna sit here and he's gonna be like, I don't like the cool thing, the new thing, you know? You know what I'm saying, RVA Richie? Did you hear what this Kyle Brandt said?
No, but I gotta hear it, man. What did that weaselly, I can't cuss.
Dude, he is a drain weasel. This guy is a true drain weasel, this Kyle Brandt. A true drain weasel, and I'm just tired of his ass. That he gets on this Good Morning Football. He doesn't wish Dolphins a good morning of football. Only the Bills fans. Is it Good Morning Football or is it Good Morning Bills football? What show do you host, Kyle? 560, you're on the air. What's your name?
Hey, what's up? Let me tell y'all something. This is Mike on the mobile.
Hey, Mike.
The Dolphins are good, but the Browns have...
All right, I don't care what he has to say. Anyway, probably a Kyle Brandt fan right there. But anyway, this guy doesn't wish Dolphin fans a good morning of football, okay? And that's not the responsibility when you wish everybody a good morning of football. You're supposed to wish everybody a good morning of football. And this guy, he only wants to wish a good morning of football to Western New York. And I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it, and I don't like it because he's already hated once. Do you have the old comments, Marcos? By chance, while you're getting do you have old Kyle Brandt where he's like, roar, Dolphins, because he was so happy that his beloved Buffalo Bills, which he'll claim I'm not a Bills fan, but he is a Bills fan, that he was so happy the Dolphins got beat down by the Bills, not because of, loving the Bills, but because he hated how everybody was on to the Dolphins.
Here's what I like about this game. I enjoy personally in life when we are told that something is the next big thing and it just blows up and crumbles in front of you. Remember those idiots who were telling us we're going to wear the Google Glass as we're walking around? Remember that? Remember ESPN, the phone? I remember Kyle Pitts? All these things, they're going to change the world. No, they ain't. No, you're not revolutionizing the sport. I'm not surprised the Bills have 48 points. The number here is operative is the 20 in Miami. And without Jordan Poyer and with Trey White getting hurt, you're not the next biggest thing. You're gonna be great. I like Miami. They'll be in the thing. 20 points, an absolute blowout. You weren't even competitive in the second half. So don't tell us you're the best thing since sliced bread. You're the future of the sport. You got a nice offense. You did a no-look pass. I get it. I've seen high school kids do that. It's really cool. You have motion. Wow. Everybody has motion. Don't tell me you're changing the sport. You're a good team. You got smashed. Next time, don't wear the emoji t-shirts. I mean, smashed.
All right. So this guy.
This is old.
Yo, I know that's old. This is what's known as a setup, Leroy, and also getting Marco's time to get the sound. Which, hey, let's go, dude. All right. All right. Look.
So he's got more Dolphins hate.
Now, here's the thing, Leroy. This is why he's a drain weasel, okay? Because at first he goes out there and he goes, "Hey, don't tell me what the new school thing is that I like. I don't like new school. I like, I like new school being put in its place. So yesterday, this mother bleeper gets on his Good Morning Football, and he doesn't wish a good morning of football to the Dolphin. All right. A day where the Dolphins are lighting up the league. And by the way, Kyle, still on a record pace. Okay, dude. So just, mind your P's and Q's. Second of all, he got upset because both undefeated teams went down this week. And what happens when the undefeated teams go down? What do the 1972 Dolphins do?
Drink.
Toast a little champagne,
Toast a little champagne.
They're old now.
We'll get our little bottle from Funky Buddha.
Funky Buddha sends us a bottle. And by the way, do you know who's did you see Zonk? Zonk was at the game with Greasy. They were sitting in the box together.
Right.
Nice little day. So almost you could say it's some karmatic energy that maybe took out the Eagles and the 49ers that day with Zonk and Greasy, Wonder Twins, coming together to make it happen. I don't know. But do you have this drain weasel? So Kyle Brandt, who already told you he hates the new school Dolphins, now has a problem with the 1972 Dolphins.
I gotta say my piece on this. I think it's awesome what the 72 Dolphins did. It's so cool. And especially the fact that they did it when it was just a different league and a different sport, and the training and the medicine, the doctors weren't as sophisticated, and the goalposts were on the goal line. It was awesome. I think it has been marred by how they've chosen to celebrate it. I love what they did 50 years ago. I really don't like how they have spent the last 49 years celebrating other people who can't do it. I was raised on Chris Berman, and I just remember on Sundays, finally, when the last undefeated team would lose, whoever it may be, I remember one time it being the Trent Green Chiefs and just all these undefeated teams, Berman would show the highlight and then go right to the clip of the 72 Dolphins literally toasting champagne because another team lost. It always rubbed me wrong when I was a younger man. It still rubs me wrong now. I just think it goes against everything you do as an athlete, as a coach, as a human being, is to root for your successors, root for them to do what you did, and all the joy that it's brought to your life, that they can have it and their families can have it and young fans could have it. And to, secretly say, that's my record, I hope no one breaks it. Fine. But to go on camera and literally celebrate another team losing because they couldn't do what you did, I think it's bad form. And I could line up the people, the greats over the years, who have done the exact opposite. You want to talk Oscar Robertson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Gordie Howe, Pele, you name it, have passionately supported, even campaigned for their successors to beat their marks. Phil Jackson even. Warriors, I hope they get 73 wins. Great team. I love Steve Kerr. Steph Curry's I hope they do it. Even more contemporary examples. Michael Strahan has a sack record. He's begging somebody to beat it. I'd love someone to do it. Justin Jefferson came out. I set the rookie record. I hope my guy Jamar Chase beats it. You know what the worst part is, too? I think the 72 Dolphins, if they had just done their thing and just laid back, they would have this mystique about them, and they'd be cool and chic and like, oh, those are the 72 guys. They never lost a game. They're the only team. They don't talk about it much, but when they show up, it's really cool. And instead, they have chosen this sort of pro wrestling heel meets used car salesman persona. That's their choice. And I really respect that they did in 72. I really don't respect what they've done in the last 49 years since then.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you don't respect it. You don't
respect especially when he wasn't even alive. So he's not respecting something he wasn't even alive.
You don't respect it. You don't respect it. Kyle. Oh, I'm sorry.
Here's the problem. You ready? Is there anything more embarrassing than the confetti falling on your ass in the Super Bowl after you've lost? Like, that's what we do. We celebrate our success. It doesn't mean you're diminishing somebody else's failure or, talking about somebody else's failure, right? When the game is over for the Super Bowl and you start celebrating, you start your celebration while the other team is standing on the field looking stupid.
Yeah.
Take it from me. I had to do it for the NFC Championship game at home.
Yeah, he had to watch the fireworks from his house.
I had to watch the fireworks. Okay.
Look, here's the thing. We've all down even here been like, hey, the Dolphins, who, look, they were at one point the winningest franchise in football.
Hey, there's only one person in these two rooms that was even alive when they won.
Fair point.
So,
but this guy is getting mad because Zonk and Grease are sitting there, little toast, little.
How about they're toasting the fact that it's 50 years ago and they're still with us?
And also, this does have a little bit of a resurgence because yes, did the Dolphins parade the 72 Dolphins out there a few too many Sundays? Oh yeah, they went to that well a lot. But here's the thing: there wasn't a lot to celebrate over these last 20 years. Have won a playoff game since 2000. Also, Don Shula died. I think that had a little bit of a resurgence to it too. When he passes a few years ago, that you're starting to realize, like, you're going around these 1972 celebrations. A lot of these guys aren't here anymore.
Right, that's
And
what I'm
this
saying.
Kyle Brandt has a problem with history being celebrated because he doesn't think that 72 has mystique. Which, by the way, Kyle, you drain weasel, here's the thing that's also hilarious. You sit here on your Good Morning Football high horse. You say that the 2023 Dolphins, too cool for school. I don't like the new thing. Also, have the audacity to say that the 1972 Dolphins are too in your face because they celebrate tradition, which apparently you kind of respect because you hate the new thing, but you want them to tell you to stop getting off their lawn when you just told me 2 weeks ago that you want the 23 Dolphins to get off your lawn. So are you a traditionalist or do you like new school? Pick it, drain weasel. I want to know, Kyle.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
On the status of terrifying, on the wall,
Yeah.
tree rat
Yeah.
or drain weasel? Who's higher?
Tree rat's more terrifying. A drain weasel's it's in the you don't respect a drain weasel. It's in the drains, it's in the sewers, it's in the slums,
You don't ever see a drain weasel.
Yeah, until it pops out its head and has a take on the Dolphins. That's when I hear him. What is that? Oh, it's Kyle Brandt, the drain weasel. I don't like the 1972 Dolphins. I'm trying to picture. I'm sorry right now. Imagine saying the 19s. Imagine telling Zonk you don't have mystique. You don't have mystique, Zonk.
A guy who lives in Alaska.
I get it. Hey, when the Patriots were coming for the record, Mercury Morris was on he's like, I don't want you on my block. Remember he made the commercial with Eli? Eli sent him the football, and Eli says, he goes, here's to your neighborhood staying, solo or something like that. I don't remember the exact commercial, but Mercury Morris certainly was parading around. But you want to know something, dude? The Patriots cheat. They can go to hell. Second of all, this Kyle Brandt, he doesn't like old school Dolphins. He doesn't like new school Dolphins. But let me tell you something right now, dude. It seems to me, you drain weasel, if I had to deduce what was the common property here, my hypothesis is you're a Fins hater, dude.
Hey, wait.
Old school or new school?
I would like to ask Kyle, how do you feel? Like that story being told, that you did come over here and take advantage of the Indians, and we celebrate it every year. How do you feel about that?
I didn't think that was going to be but I get you.
I was just saying.
That's a nice spin.
Tradition, right? Like, yeah. You know what? There's sometimes, and I'll use an old Kane saying, he just doesn't understand, right? It has always been in fun, right? It's always been like we see these guys around town. We, they interview them and they all have a laugh about it. It's never been that serious.
Here's another thing, too.
And that room's getting lighter every year.
Yeah. And here's the other thing. Hey, Leroy, they got to week 6, dude. Like, let's not act like they didn't even get to double digits, Kyle.
Right.
It's not even worth their time. I don't remember Zonk even Zonk's like, oh yeah, that's cute.
They only really do it when it gets like in deep into like November.
Double digits.
Right.
Out of here.
You have to
we
10,
made
11.
it. We made it to 10, and then we lost to Tampa. And then they threw the stat at us. At the time, no team in the history of the NFL has ever won a Super Bowl losing to Tampa.
Huh. How about that? Take a break. Back after this. Christian Wilkins, he spoke to the media yesterday, and he was talking about the defensive line coming together. This is what
I just feel like, we're still constantly improving and, working on things and doing our best to get things right and be better each and every week. But just urgency, communication, and just understanding what our jobs are and kind of figuring out and working and understanding how to play together and building that trust, because that's important, when you take the field and, you want to make sure, this guy's going to do his job, or if he does this, then you do that kind of thing. So just building that rapport and that trust amongst each other.
All right. They got that rapport coming down. Him and Zach Sealer seems like they're, by the way, today, They're releasing Mike McDaniel because last week it was Zach Sealer, which basically was Zach Sealer and Christian Wilkins. Christian Wilkins always in Zach Sealer's microphone. But today, getting released, the second version, Mike McDaniel mic'd up. I'm excited about that.
Attaboy.
Can I just say some of the things that excite you?
What do you mean?
I knew this was coming.
Like,
Why wouldn't you be excited about that?
I hear him talk every day.
No, but like in a game environment, dude.
Well,
The mad genius.
You're amused way too simple.
You're not, though. Like you should.
Huh?
Why doesn't this amuse you?
Because I hear him every day. And like, first of all, you hear stuff during the game.
Mhm.
Half of the time you have no idea the context of it. It's not gonna make any sense to you.
Oh, I'm gonna get it, dude. Listen, we're a couple of sharp offensive minds, me and Mike McDaniel. You know,
Ain't nothing on your body sharp, except your nose. That's sharp at the tip.
Yikes.
Very sharp.
Lashing out.
Lashing
just saying,
out a
he-
little. You
He
know?
put himself in that situation.
I
Talking
didn't
about
put myself
sharp.
in any situation.
Sharp.
Remember,
Lashing
no
out.
one
You
could
got a bunch of rounded edges.
Leroy's fat shaming.
I'm not fat shaming.
You just said
That's what he did.
Leroy. I think
Wow.
you know
Exactly
what?
what he did.
Can
to
I just say,
Romania?
Oh, that wasn't my fault. The guy just happened to be in the picture.
Sure.
You
dude.
commented on it right away. I was looking at your Romania.
Sure, you were.
What do you think?
Oh.
He was running by the camera, Leroy?
No.
You know, I'm sure it took a while.
No, listen.
Mark,
Can I just tell you? I am the smallest person in my family, women included.
So you felt justified your entire life to fat shame, is what you're saying?
No. Listen, it could go either way at any point in time if I start sweetening it up and stuff like that.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Tell you
me
what,
tell
looking pretty slim right now.
That's because I can't eat.
Mm.
I'm drinking coffee and water.
You can't eat.
Just not
Yeah.
hungry. I'm gonna get it though. Don't worry.
Christian Wilkins also was asked about. Do you remember Vic Fangio last week? He was saying, maybe he's a little rusty because he missed some camp time. You know, the old don't like missing camp. And
Yeah, you want to talk about old coaches? You want to talk about missing a day?
Yep.
Oh no, they don't care about them vet days and all that. No.
Christian Wilkins was asked about these comments by Vic Fangio, and here's what Wilkins had to say.
I don't know if you saw, but last week, Vic Fangio was asked about you and made a reference to the time that you missed, saying he thought it got you a little rusty, but you ran back into form now. Fair criticism? Do you agree, disagree?
I mean, yeah, like again, that's his opinion. That's what he feels and thinks. But I definitely think, like I said, each week I've focused hard on trying to improve and get better for my team and for this defense.
The old know how to tweak.
I tell you what, my man sounded offended.
A little bit.
A little.
And there is no player on that defense that has a greater motor than Christian Wilkins. He's all over the field. For somebody to say that about him, that probably hit home.
Maybe Vic.
I wouldn't say it because no.
You don't think you don't think Vic Fangio is doing a
You
little?
think Vic Fangio's motivating Christian Wilkins?
What are you talking about?
Little FTL.
He got no contract. That ain't
Everybody-
motivation. You think he's just
Pat Riley will call anybody out. Pat Riley will call anybody out.
and
Doesn't
you
matter.
think Vic Fangio's Pat Riley?
no? But the old love to
Okay.
call people out.
And look at that defense.
Mhm.
The start of the year
Mhm.
to now.
Mhm.
What's the only question you have on this whole team?
What's the only question I have on this team?
The questions you have about this team are all around one side of the ball. Because listen, I've always had this thought. When you think of your strength and weaknesses of a team, the weaknesses the last couple of years have been linebackers, right?
Mhm.
Why in the hell would you add another linebacker on the field? Think about that. Let's start there. So he's trying to make this work with the 4 linebackers, and they're doing it in a kind of sneaky way because they're lining up Agba out there and standing him up, and he's a D lineman, right? And they're doing different things and calling it a 3-4, but just putting a Van Ginkels, they putting him out there and call him a linebacker, but he's rushing it as a defensive end.
I think there's only one Ginkle.
Ginkel, Van Ginkel, Von Ginkel. You know what I mean.
Fun Ginks.
Von Ginks. So Yeah. No. Man, the heartbeat of this defense has been Christian Wilkins. Is that not? Or Javon Holland?
Yeah.
Those two guys.
Sometimes the heart gets rusty.
What?
I apologize. I think my -1.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means.
Thank you.
-1.
Sometimes the
For
heart
show
gets
phoniness.
rusty.
Yes.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Hey, check that out, bro. You should get that checked out. Got too much calcium on your
If you got rust, no, that's like, first of all, why you got iron? Wait, hold on. I'm gonna type it in. And if they
You
call
gotta
me
be-
sometimes,
We gotta go to break. You get the research. We got damages done coming up.
sometimes